Hi, this reading is for all Libras for the month of February 2015. I do a 5-card spread, one for the overall energy. Another card's placed out for a week-by-week basis. You don't have to take this by week basis. It could be just overall energies you're going to feel throughout the month. I apologize to everybody for the late uploads, but I had some dental work done. Lost 2 teeth, chipped one, and slit my tongue open, so I couldn't really talk there. So, Libras. This seems like a past reading is what I'm getting. Like, you guys are reviewing emotions of some event that happened in the past. It doesn't seem like this has to deal with the present. In the present, it seems like you guys are just reflecting about the past, if that makes sense, hopefully, to some of you guys. These are general readings, so it might apply to you, might not apply to you. I just pull the cards and say what I feel, so let's get to it here. So for your first card, the overall energy we have is the Ace of Pentacles, and with the Ace of Pentacles, it's about start of a successful venture, important documents, can even mean a gift. Perhaps some of you guys are going to get a gift this month. If you look in this card, you see that the moon is in the background. So I believe we just had 2 blue moons this month. Pretty sure. I haven't really been doing much astrology this month. But there could be some importance with that, whether it be dealing with releasing. New moons are a good time to release, set out, if you believe in God, prayers, or ask the universe for what it is that you need. And it seems like you guys are dealing, because you do have the 8 of Pentacles, so you guys are working really hard at dealing with past events, is what I'm feeling with this reading. And that can be hard, but pat yourself on the back, because a lot of people don't reflect. They choose to swallow their feelings, and those can come back up later to bite you in the butt. It's best to deal with emotions and see where they're coming from, so that those events don't occur again. I did pull out 3 angel cards for you guys because of the 3 of Swords. You don't have any major arcana cards, so what's interesting is the card that's crossing the Ace of Pentacles. It's the 5 of Swords. So perhaps I see this card as a victory card, but the meaning of the card is about deceit, hidden agenda, unfair dealings. So maybe financially there's some unfair dealings going on right now, or there was in the past, and this card here is telling me that that could be dealt with this month. So maybe if somebody ripped you off financial wise, you're going to get the rewards of that this month, or this could be a warning saying that watch your finances, somebody might try to rip you off, because documents are quite important. So whether that's maybe some of you guys are doing your taxes, and possibly the tax guy might mess up a bit, or if you're doing them yourself, just double check everything. Double check all your bank statements. Maybe there's something financially that you've overlooked. Could even be a bill. Somebody's overcharging you right now. I feel like for some of you guys, you need to pay attention to that. It does happen. It's happened to me too. But with this card, I see it as a victory card. If you see this guy's given up, he has his flag up. This guy's holding all the swords from the battle, which can be interpreted as lessons, and he has the one, he's standing on the rock saying victory. That's the way I interpret it. If you also look at the clouds clearing, a dark sky, you got the light, so it's like after the battle's done, the darkness is leaving and the light's coming through. You see the sun is shining through. You also see birds, so pay attention to messages. Yeah. Pay attention to your dreams. With the moon there, it's the unconscious, and messages come through at nighttime when you're dreaming. It's your unconscious mind trying to make your conscious mind aware of stuff that you might not be clear on. So, for the first card, we have the Queen of Cups. So if this is a woman in your life, it could be a mother, sister even. Maybe there's a female in your life that's pregnant right now. I also see this card as pregnancy. This woman's quite psychic. She's very intuitive, very emotional too. She's sensitive. Sometimes she needs seclusion by herself because she can confuse other people's emotions as her own. She's very empathetic, so she feels what other people feel. When somebody's sad, she feels sad. If somebody's hurt, she feels hurt. So if this is you, even as a man, if this is you guys, you could be feeling quite emotional at some point this month. And it seems like with the cards that you have, that is the case. It could also be saying that you guys are going to be quite psychic this month. Like you might see things coming. You might be able to predict things or a situation going to happen. Trust your instincts. And she's holding her stomach. So I also see that as if you guys are unsure of something, if somebody is deceiving you, trust your gut. Your gut is like your failsafe. And because she's holding her stomach, it's like trust your gut is what it's telling me. If you also look, she's looking forward. So if this is a past woman in your relation that you had a relationship with, like possibly even a year ago, or 6 months ago, you know, somebody you broke up with recently, it seems like you guys are reflecting on it. Maybe some of you guys are missing her. If it's a mother, because the Three of Swords doesn't have to necessarily be a romantic relationship. It could be any kind of relationship. So whether that's with coworkers, grandparents, mother, father, it seems like you guys are missing somebody that was at some point important in your life. For some of you, for others, this is you. Like I said, if you're a man, it just means you're more sensitive this month. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're reflecting on your emotions and where they're stemming from, which is important. Because sometimes things that happen in our childhood affect us in the present, and it can affect our personal relationships, and we don't realize it at times. So reflecting is seeing where the problem stems from. Was it something that maybe your parents taught you, the environment you grew up in? Those are all important things to reflect on. The card that's crossing her is the Page of Swords. Now the Page of Swords could be a child. So if you guys are pregnant, for some of you just got pregnant, this child might possibly be born in the sign of air. Pages also represent messages coming to you, and this would be a message of the mind, so an intellectual message coming to you, which is fitting with the moon being there, so a message could come to you at nighttime. With the Page of Swords, it's delayed, disappointing news, minor problems with the child. So maybe some of you are quite emotional because your child is acting out, or you have somebody in your life that's acting out and it's hurting your feelings. If that's the case, sit them down and talk about it. It's important if you have children and your child hurts your feelings that you tell them that hurt your feelings. Sometimes it's easier to, if it is another person or somebody from your past that hurt your feelings, it's important that you tell them that they did, because some people aren't aware of it. And to see, it makes that person aware of what they've done, so they have the chance to change that. If they don't choose to change that, that's their problem, but as long as you brought it out in the open and you've made them self-aware of what they've done, then you've done your due diligence. Pages can be male or female too. So for the next card we have is the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is about crying over spilt milk. I really feel like this is about past. because if you see, he's not looking behind him here at these 2 full cups, which is ahead of him. He's looking at the ones that have spilled, and if you spill something, I mean, the cup's empty, but that happened already. There's nothing you can do about it. So that's why I'm saying it happened in the past. It's already been done. Also, I see this card as needing to meditate and praying. Like, if you need help, to ask for the help. If you have been hurt and that person's not willing to talk to you about it, then journaling is a good way of getting those emotions out. Also, again, you see the sky, the sun's coming through. It's clearing. You also have birds here again, so pay attention to feathers. With the 5 of Cups, it's feeling disappointment, let down, betrayal, regrets. So maybe some of you are regretting your past decisions. And if that's the case, you did the best you could with what you had in that moment. And everything happens for a reason. It might seem like if it was mistakes that you made or mistakes that that person made, it's important that you don't hold grudges against yourself or that other person. Because it's lessons, like these up here, these are lessons. So whether it was another person, they had lessons to learn. If it was you, you had lessons to learn. And sometimes people come together, or relationship-wise, because they have things that they need to teach each other, and then once you've taught each other those things, it's time to separate because you're ready to move along to that next person. With the 2 of Cups being here, it could have been a soulmate relationship. Soulmates not always are the easiest relationships to have. They're harder than most because you guys are very similar. And there's that deep soul connection, so you feel very strongly towards each other, and sometimes not knowing why either. It could be even a friend or a parent. Like, I have a stepfather, and my stepfather and me are very similar, and I believe he is my soulmate. Soulmates can be children, even animals. But whomever that was, if it was somebody that left your life, it was their time to leave. Because they have other things that they have to learn as well as you do. And you guys taught each other all that you could, so there was a lot of self-growth through whatever relationship that was, whether even if it was a parent. The card that we have crossing that is the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands is swift movement. And it's fast, it's quick, it's wand, so it's a fire energy. Your heart is in this, and your heart is your soul. So there's some quick movement that you're doing that your heart's in. With the 8 of Wands, it's fast progress after delays. Could even mean travel. Maybe some of you guys are going to be going on a vacation. Some of you could really use a vacation right now, even if it's just for a day. If you go hiking with some friends of yours, even if you have nieces and nephews, take them out hiking, hang out with them for the day. If you can get away for a weekend, that would be wise for you guys. Surround yourself with the people that you love. Let's say that. 8 of Wands can also be, some of you are considering moving, thinking about moving. If that's the case, you have the 8 of Pentacles here, so that's telling me that you do some research on that, where you want to move. And because you have this, which is important about documents, this can mean documents too to me. So pay attention to the lease. If you're signing a lease and it says that the hydro cable is included internet, if they're telling you that and you sign the lease and it's not on the lease, make sure they put that on the lease, because then you kind of got screwed because you've already signed it and there's nothing you can do about it, and they might charge you for it. So pay attention to that. If you're moving and somebody says that they're going to do work, if you've asked them to do a specific thing in the house, like fix this, make sure it's written in the documents. If you're going for a new job, same thing. Make sure if you're signing a contract, you read the contract, because there could be some stuff in there that you don't know about. So I'm just going to stop the video and do a part 2. I apologize, you guys. Can only upload 15 minutes at a time, and I did have money saved up for my laptop, but I I ended up getting dental work done. So I'll see you in part 2.